Hey guys, so I have another tag video to do today, and it's because I have just been in such like a Halloween and fall mood, and I really wanted to do something themed like that. So Brittany the Bibliophile did the Nightmare Before Christmas tag, and I just thought I had to do it as well. So I will leave her video linked down below as well as the creator's video if you want to go ahead and do this tag too. Question 1 is Sally loves someone a lot and gets them in the end. So I thought this kind of would come off as a bit of a spoilery question, obviously, because it says they get each other in the end, but I decided to go with something a little bit obvious, and that is Come Back to Me by Mila Gray. This is a romance story, so obviously, I mean, what happens in romance stories? They end up together in the end, but I really loved the way this book did it. It was full of angst, totally a guilty pleasure read of mine. I loved the romance and the intensity of it, and it just was a book that when you just want to read a good romance, like this was it for me. Question 2 is Jack, a character that longs for something more. As soon as I saw the cover of this book, I thought, definitely yes, and that's Lila Bard from A Darker Shade of Magic. She has so much ambition, she wants so much out of life, and she 100% is a character who wants something more. She is not satisfied for settling. She is forever going to be reaching for more in her life and getting more and having more, and Lila Bard, just 100%, it's her. It has to be her. Question 3 is Zero, a sidekick character. And so I chose for this character I really liked, and that was H from Ready Player One. This is Wade's kind of like best friend in the virtual reality of Oasis. H was a fantastic sidekick character. I could have read the whole book in H's perspective, honestly. Also, the other side characters were really good in this as well, but H. Question 4 is Oogie Boogie, a book with a wicked villain. So if you all remember Matilda by Roald Dahl, Miss Trunchbull scared me so bad. I read Matilda when I was 8 years old, and she is just evil and wicked, and there was nothing good in her, and I just, oh, she creeped me out. I thought she was such a horrible villain. Like, there was nothing redeemable about Miss Trunchbull. Question 5 is Halloween Town, a book with a creepy theme. Okay, so Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. A little synopsis of this book will explain why. So this actually follows the main character of Libby, whose mother and 2 sisters were brutally murdered one night when she was 7 years old, and she always believed it to be her brother Ben, and the story is about kind of going back to that time and finding out what really happened and if it really was Ben who killed her mother and 2 sisters during like a satanic ritual. So yeah, obviously a very creepy theme for that whole book. Christmas Town, a book that left you feeling warm and fuzzy. I am much happier talking about warm and fuzzy books, honestly, than creepy books. So I thought I would share another children's story because children's stories have such a capacity to give you all the warm and fuzzies. And 100% Winnie the Pooh. Have you read Winnie the Pooh? Because you cannot read that book without smiling. It's the most adorable, happy little story ever. It just makes you feel good. Like, if you need to pick me up, try just reading a couple chapters of Winnie the Pooh and you will probably feel better, because it just is so heartwarming and wonderful, and all the warm fuzzies, just all of them. The last question is, what is this? A book that took you by surprise. And I'm going to say a book that took me by surprise by how much I loved it and how unexpected it was for me, and that is When Breath Becomes Air. This is a nonfiction. It was written by a neurosurgeon who got diagnosed with terminal lung cancer and his journey through it all, and this book was absolutely incredible. I think I got it on my Kindle. It was available to download, one of those like, oh, I guess I'll just download this and read this since it's available in my library. Took me by surprise. I recommended that book to so many people. So that is The Nightmare Before Christmas book tag. I really like The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've actually grown to love it even more as I've gotten older. It wasn't something that I ever really watched as a kid, but I absolutely love the animation style and the music, and I always get so excited at this time of year because that means that I can watch it. I think it's so fun how Jack means so well and completely destroys Christmas. It's just so good. So that ends this book tag, and I am going to tag a couple of people. I haven't checked yet if the people I'm thinking of have done this video, so I'll just leave the people who I tag down below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and happy reading.